Hi, welcome to my next video, video of Ultra Premier Classic. I did 2 sets today, uh, and Ultra Premier Classic is a pretty fun format. It's just Ultra League. There are legendaries back in the days without Excelmons as well, and I really liked Pokemon like Chandelure here. Break some. Um, just gonna talk real quick about the meta and what we have in this meta and the team here. Look at PvPoke real quick. Shout out to PvPoke for making an awesome website where you can just check the rankings, right? Like what's really obviously you're not gonna see everything as much always, but it gives you a good idea of what the meta kind of looks like and what's actually good to use. Right now, Walrein is up there. I'm not, and people are gonna anticipate it. You know, you can use it yourself. It's really good. It's really good for sure. But you can also count it that people are gonna counter the Walrein. So what you might expect is maybe a Cavalier, some Surface, some Machamp, right? Stuff that just counters it. Um, this gives you a clear overview of what you can use here and what's actually. Some of these Pokemon are very expensive to build. I think you can also come around with some budget mons, but stuff like a level 40 Nidoqueen, it's expensive, really good. Level 40 Trevenant, expensive, but really, I built a Walrein as well, which is really expensive. I was not happy with that. I was just saving for some level 50 stuff, but it is what it is. So let's look real quick at what I find in the on the left side here. You see some common cores right now in Ultra Premier Classic. From what I've seen, Poliwrath and Crobat's actually very new, and the Poliwrath actually has become a bit more popular to counter the Walrein. Right, it's a pretty good counter to the Walrein, even though Walrein still hits with Earthquake, which is not great for Poliwrath. And it has a versatile moveset. Like you can use Ice Punch for Dragonites. They usually run Ice Punch in the lead, but can also surprise fire types or ground or stuff with Scald, right? Against like a Nidoqueen. That as a third, I've seen stuff like Swampert, Obstagoon, Walrein. It can be anything. It's a really strong core, and the only thing that really breaks it is Electric. The only Electric you really kind of see is Ampharos. It's uncommon, but I think it's still pretty. Especially now that Walrein kind of pushed Nidoqueen out of the meta for now. The next one, probably a core everyone knows, Empoleon with a fighter or dragon. It's kind of obvious. I think I have to say all about it. If you see an Empoleon, one dragon, there's probably another in the back. If you see Empoleon with one fighter, there's probably another fighter in the back. Pretty obvious. And the new core we have is Walrein Trevenant, which only is broken by Obstagoon. So might be something you might see as some more as well, Obstagoon. It's an interesting Pokemon for sure. It has its weaknesses. I've used a lot as well myself, but it also has some really good strengths, especially against this core. What's next? Ultra Premier Classic is the line of also very classic old-fashioned lines, and they're very easy to read. People just copy pasta or take an easy team that they saw somewhere or that just worked well or that's just easy to use. And I mean, they can still be efficient, that's for sure. But however, the most common one is probably a Toxicroak lead, and then there's like a Snorlax, Empoleon, Walrein, or Lapras. There's many variants of it. Right now, the most common I've seen is with Snorlax, Safe Swap, and Walrein in the back. They try to bait out the fighter, and Walrein is in the back to sweep. If you see a Toxicroak lead, they're always weak to fighting in the back. Always, 100%. Right? So if you have a fighter in the back, it's gonna do really well there. But what they usually try to do is catch a move on Snorlax, so be careful for that. Another one is Crobat, and then kind of the same thing. However, with Crobat often comes Obstagoon. It's a pretty strong core, Crobat Obstagoon, and they try to bait the fighter as well with either Snorlax or Walrein. Empoleon, not so much anymore because of like Trevenant counts it as well, which is now in the meta. You might want to keep that in mind that with Crobat lead, there might be an Obstagoon back, especially if they say swap Snorlax. Same thing with Sylveon. This team is not as common anymore because of Nidoqueen and Crobat, but I've seen it a couple times. It's still around. It used to be Togekiss, but Togekiss is not as common anymore, especially now with Walrein here, right? Why would you use Togekiss? We have Sylveon now. We have Togekiss without wings. That's the thing you want to keep in mind. If there's a Charmer in the back, there might also be if there's a Charm in the lead, there might also be an Obstagoon in the back. Again, the last one is obvious. Empoleon, they swap in a Kingdra. It's Dragonite in the back. Yeah, you just know. So those team reads, they really help. Now the team I'm gonna use will be Walrein, Heracross, and Chandelure. If you don't have a Heracross, you can also use Machamp, but you have to play a couple things different. But we will get to that. I say swap my Heracross, but if I have run into a mirror, I should say swap Chandelure really, because it comes with trap quite often. Heracross doesn't do that. It doesn't do great against Crobat either, but that's okay. I get a Rock Blast off, and I can get some good farm here, which is nice. Gonna farm up some more, see if they can get to another one. They don't, that's good for me. I come out with an Earthquake. I just want to sweep with Chandelure. Chandelure is just so good in curve meta. The only thing that really hard beats it is Snorlax. Now if Obstagoon comes in and they're behind energy, or if they miss time, you just beat this. You just beat this Obstagoon. I think they feared the overheat. They also missed time there, so that's really my advantage. I think I just win this in the 2. No. The opponent is very close to the Drill Runner, however. It'd be great if we can get one Incinerate in on that freaking ass cap. That'd be awesome. And we outpace. Really nice. Because they swapped late, they didn't know what was coming in. And they mistimed. So that wasn't my advantage there. That allows me to take out the Obstagoon and Earthquake this S-Cap. Hard counted from the front to the back, we still win. Really nice. Chandelure, really unique in that matter. Alright, so here I say swap Heracross, but for future purpose, you should say swap Chandelure here. Because there could be a Trevenant in the back, and Trevenant is kind of nasty for the Heracross. I run Earthquake on it for this thing specifically. I hate Nidoqueen. But they shielded, unfortunately, that would kill with the counters. I'll just make sure I'll take this out with my Walrein. Chandelure's pretty good against Walrein, so this shield advantage can be pretty big for me. Kind of comes down to what's in the back though. If I swap immediately, I do. And they have a Trevenant in the back, so I'm kind of lucky. I'm lucky they didn't swap that to my Heracross. On the other hand, if you do say swap Heracross, you can throw a Rock Blast and then keep baiting Mega Horn. Because Mega Horn won't do massive damage to a Trevenant. They might not farm up as much. I'll make sure that thing is gone. Now I have a shield advantage. I have less HP. We should both still need 2 EQs or so. I'll need some Power Snow damage, even though that does nothing. Doesn't really matter whether you have normal or Shadow Wall right here. I think the team functions just as it is, whether you have normal or Shadow Wall Ring. Boom. Nice. This is a good opponent. I've played them quite some times. Alright, Gengar lead is good for me. I need this here. And they swap out and they swap into Swampert. That's not great because both Heracross and Chandelure don't do great against both Gengar and Swampert. I'll try to catch an Earthquake and I catch. They baited? They wanted to bait my Wall Ring? Like... excuse me? It was like full health. Like an Earthquake doesn't even do as much to Wall Ring. But it's whatever. I'll throw the Rock Blast here. That honestly was a little bit of wasted energy. Because it doesn't even kill, it's resisted and it's a weak move. But that's okay. I can farm this down. Now, Gengar, a Rock Blast will do like 30%. So he doesn't have to shoot that. Does he think I have Earthquake? He didn't know. Bye! Have a good one. There's a Toxicroak in the back. I swapped immediately because I know that if he gets too much energy, he might get to 2 Mud Bones before I get to even 1 move. I want to get as much Incinerate damage in as possible here, because then I can kill with an Icicle Spare. Chandelure's pretty good against Toxicroak. I lose with the shield disadvantage. Chandelure is just really fragile. It really only shines if there's like very little fast move pressure. Like this is a psychic type and fighting type. Like those would do good against it, right? Well, Chandelure doesn't really, because confusions just do so much. But it's okay to face Galate in the lead because we have shields up and I get to my moves very fast. That's good. I try to catch the move on Chandelure, which I kind of do, I guess. Still chunks. In comes Crobat. Oh man, I'm so screwed. If they shield this, but they don't, which is kind of weird because Walrein leads are usually not very strong against Heracross. Against the Crobat in the back. I'll farm this down, come out with a move. They have their own. But I have my Heracross, so... really good stuff. I have 2 shields. They have a little bit of HP on the Galate, so I don't want to throw. I want to keep my Rock Blast for the Galate, because I think this thing gets to quite some moves. And if the Galate gets like 4 confusions in, I just die, right? I'm gonna farm all the way down. I expect him to swap here, so I might just throw immediately. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Expected it, denied the move. I guess I was lucky there. Throw another one. He dies to that. Really good stuff. GG's trainer. Walrein into Toxicroak. If you run Machamp instead of Heracross, you need to stay in. You need to just play it out with your Machamp. With your Walrein, because your Machamp in the back is gonna be really good. There's always like a Snorlax, Lapras, Walrein, whatever in the back. This is a pretty old Ultra League line. So yeah, it's kind of easy to predict. Unfortunately, the Toxicroak does win CMP here. Now I'll go for another one. They might shield this as well. It's crazy that they respect the Earthquake, that they do not respect the Earthquake there. Because a lot of people don't expect it, or don't think I have it. I wanted to preserve my Heracross just a little, because I'm expecting another thing weak to fighting in the back. Here's one of them, the Walrein. Now, if it's Snorlax in the back, I'm not really happy, because Chandelure... Well, actually, it's okay in the zeros, because Snorlax doesn't have any charge move usually, bro. Against the Chandelure, so I guess I'm kind of in a good spot there. I hope they threw immediately so I can outpace them to this move. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, fake CMP. I'll undercharge this. If they swap, they cannot catch on their other Pokemon, so they don't swap. Smart play by them. Let's see what's in the back. It is a Snorlax. They don't catch my Flame Charge here. This will do massive damage, and I do have a Rock Blast stored still. But my opponent thought... Actually, I did not have Rock Blast. That was a different game. But regardless, they spooked out. And they let me farm down the Toxicroak. So, fortunate for me. Alright, Poliwrath. Indeed, probably a Crobat in the back. I never shield here, because I always expect them to have Ice Punch. And they do. Some of them, however, do run Scald. Like, if they have a Walrein in back, they probably don't fear... Dragonite as much, and they just run Scald. I undercharge this to get more farm on my Walrein. I should without my clock there, but I don't think it matters. My clock is almost up. Not a fan coming through, it's alright. Now I do have an Earthquake. And I will throw it into the Poliwrath. Chandelure versus Poliwrath is kind of a weird matchup. You have Poison Jab Mug. This is just a fine matchup, honestly. Especially with Shields Up. With Shields Up, this is it's kind of fine. No shield that, that's okay. With 2 shields up, I can farm down. They did not even build to the Dark Pulse. They need 8 for their first Dark Pulse. They did 7. So I no shield there. They throw another one. Now the Mud Shops are gonna add up really quick. I'm gonna throw my Shadow Ball immediately. Hopefully I can get to another one, but they no shield, so it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, just another move, just in case. If I need to get to it. Alright, Walrein into Toxicroak. Again, not a great lead. I'll go into my Heracross. I know that they can't swap out. They always have fighting in the back, so very predictable line. This time I go for Earthquake. I was like, yo, the previous didn't shield it, so I'll go for it. But this time they do shield. If only everyone played the same way, right? That'd be great for me. It does happen a lot that Heracross actually loses CMP. Usually wins CMP, but mine is a good IV. They throw a Mud Bomb. Just want to chip me down, that makes sense. I'll keep my Rock Blast here. They swap into Snorlax right away. It's not Shadow. What I want to do here, I want to build up to 100 energy. I hope they throw Superpower in between, but they don't. Because what I can do then is throw Weather Ball and Earthquake right after another. At 100 energy, you have both of these. There we go, this will almost... Nah, actually, it's the Shadow. That Shadow will survive at like 1 HP at that point. I'll farm down with Chandelure here. They swap immediately into Wall Rain. Okay, so here I throw the Shadow Ball right away. I still have a Rock Blast stored here. Here we go. Take out this Wall Rain really quick and smooth. Alright, so Toxicroak is a pretty fast Jarman. This should not be a problem. I just do one Incinerate, it dies. And then the Snorlax. You can throw your move here. It's all double reason. Handle this. Nice. Good game. I really hate that team, so I like this one. Alright, so Sylveon might be Obstagoon in the back. So I kind of like Sylveon here, I guess. As long as my Heracross is not on it. If they shield, I'm 100% sure they're running ABB here. Because they then want to preserve it to kill the fighter. I'll no shield regardless. I mean, I think this was 9, so... There it is. I'll swap in my Heracross regardless. And I think I'll just farm down double shield and have charge moves for the Sylveon. If they have Obstagoon, they're gonna be dead scared of this because it's one of the hardest Obstagoon answers. Right, I resist the counters, I resist the charge moves. So they really want to take this out with Sylveon, I assume. Throw the Rock Blast immediately here. See if they shield. They do. Now I need 1 for my Earthquake that will kill. And I blind swap here. I should not have maybe. But it's okay. I'm farming up. Thing is here, Obstagoon does win this, but they have to throw. If they don't, they can't farm me down. So if they get too greedy here, I just get to another Flame Charge. But if they throw, then my Heracross counts them down. So they were in a tough spot there. Battle. Wall Rain into Gallade. Shadow. Ugh. I don't mind as much because the Icicle Spear will shoot. This kind of sucks with the shield disadvantage. And what really sucks is that Lapras is bulky. I know there is a Skull Bash or 2 Surfs here. The problem is I can't one-shot it with like a charge move. Because I don't have close combat here. I know it's gonna be a Wall Rain, Snorlax, or Obstagoon in the back. Probably Wall Rain because Lapras is not really common anymore. I just assumed it's Wall Rain. And yeah, I have to go shields down here. Honestly, I should have blind swapped here, expecting him to. Because what happens now, he will outpace my Chandelure to a charge move. That really sucks. That really sucks. Get to the Earthquake here. Walrein needs 9 Power Snows for the first Earthquake and 8 for the second. So they need to overcharge by 1 to outpace me. Which they did here. They overfarmed like a god to perfectly get to that Earthquake. Well played by them. If they don't get there in 7, I would outpace them to a move. Probably win that match. Again, Poliwrath, Crobat in the back, come on. This one does have Scald. Attack the... They bring in Alola Muk, and if I didn't get debuffed, this Earthquake would have put him into the red. I could have farmed down and get 1 or 2 Rock Blasts off. Or maybe an Earthquake on the Poliwrath. It depends on what comes in. Still assuming there might be a Crobat. Maybe not, because they no-shoot there. They might be strong against Walrein in the back. I'll just bring it back in, because I think whatever's in the back Maybe it's an ASCAV or something. It might be strong against my Walrein as well. They catch an Obstagoon. Yeah, it is strong against Walrein. Man, I was so frustrated during these battles because of all these charge move bosses. The game is just absolutely broken right now. I don't know if I win or lose this. I'm gonna get really close. Like he already took. Ooh, again free Incinerate. I think I have to farm down to win this. Thing is the Poliwrath. Yeah, I have to farm down because the thing is the Poliwrath has so much energy. Right? You can just scald. Then I just lose. I can't win that game unfortunately. Very tough line for me. Yeah, I guess they had Obstagoon in the back, so they just no shield there. The fighter was gone. Yeah, that was a tough game. I really like this team. I think it works just as well with normal, with Shadow Walrein, and with Machamp. I would not use Toxicroak as a safe swap, even though it functions similarly as Heracross, because you get walled, absolutely hard walled, by Crobat, which you don't want. Heracross also doesn't give as much farm because it just dies so quickly to Air Slash. I'm gonna try another Chandelure line tomorrow or later this week. Depends on when I want to play, when I feel like playing. But I think it's so solid right now. It's so solid. I just love it. Like in first time Ultra Premier, I used Dragonite Abomasnow Chandelure. There were no excels back then, and it was so good. Now it's gonna be good. Alright, I hope you liked the video. I hope it was useful